Welcome to the Bible Quiz and Trivia channel. Today, we're putting your knowledge to the test with 30 tough questions about Queen Esther and her remarkable story of courage and faith. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and like this video to support our content. After the quiz, share your score in the comments. We love seeing how well you do. Are you ready? Let's get started. Question 1. What was Esther's Hebrew name before becoming queen? A. Rachel. B. Sarah. C. Hadassah. D. Miriam. Answer C. Hadassah. Esther's Hebrew name was Hadassah, which means myrtle. Esther 2-7 mentions, he was bringing up Hadassah, that is Esther, the daughter of his uncle, for she had neither father nor mother. Question 2. Who was Esther's cousin and guardian? A. Aaron. B. Mordecai. C. Eleazar. D. Daniel. Answer B. Mordecai. Esther was raised by her cousin Mordecai, who acted as her guardian after she was orphaned. Esther 2-7 explains, Mordecai had taken her as his own daughter when her father and mother died. Question 3. What empire did King Ahasuerus rule over? A. Babylonian. B. Persian. C. Roman. D. Egyptian. Answer B. Persian. King Ahasuerus ruled over the Persian Empire, which is evident throughout the Book of Esther. His reign included many territories from India to Kush, Esther 1-1. Question 4. Why did Esther become queen instead of Vashti? A. Vashti refused to appear at the king's banquet. B. Vashti traveled abroad. C. Vashti fell ill. D. Vashti resigned her position. Answer A. Vashti refused to appear at the king's banquet. Esther became queen because Vashti was banished after refusing to appear at King Ahasuerus' banquet. This act of defiance is recorded in Esther 1:12, but Queen Vashti refused to come at the king's command conveyed by his eunuchs. Question 5. How did Esther keep her Jewish identity hidden in the palace? A. By adopting Persian customs. B. By changing her name. C. Mordecai advised her not to reveal it. D. By practicing her faith secretly. Answer C. Mordecai advised her not to reveal it. Esther kept her Jewish identity hidden because Mordecai advised her not to reveal her people or family background. Esther 2:10 notes, Esther had not revealed her nationality and family background because Mordecai had forbidden her to do so. Question 6. What contest did Esther win to become queen? A. A race. B. A beauty contest. C. A debate. D. A talent show. Answer B. A beauty contest. Esther won a royal beauty contest that King Ahasuerus held to find a new queen after Vashti's dismissal. Esther 2:17 states, Now the king was attracted to Esther more than to any of the other women, and she won his favor and approval more than any of the other virgins. Question 7. What was the name of the official who plotted to destroy the Jews? A. Haman. B. Balaam. C. Herod. D. Cyrus. Answer A. Haman. Haman was the royal official who plotted to destroy the Jews throughout the Persian Empire. His antagonism towards the Jews, particularly Mordecai, is detailed in Esther 3-5-6. Question 8. How was Esther's courage first demonstrated in the story? A. She volunteered to be queen. B. She confronted Haman. C. She revealed her Jewish identity. D. She approached the king without being summoned. Answer D. She approached the king without being summoned. Esther's courage is first demonstrated when she bravely approached King Ahasuerus without being summoned, risking her life to save her people. According to Persian law, this could have led to her execution unless the king extended his golden scepter. Esther 4:11. Question 9. What was Mordecai's relationship to Esther? A. Father. B. Uncle. C. Cousin. D. Brother. Answer C. Cousin. Mordecai was Esther's cousin, who also acted as her guardian after she was orphaned. Esther 2-7 clarifies their familial relationship and Mordecai's protective role. Question 10. Which festival commemorates Esther's actions in saving her people? A. Passover. B. Hanukkah. C. Purim. D. Yom Kippur. Answer C. Purim. The festival of Purim commemorates Esther's actions in saving her people from Haman's plot. Esther 9:26-32 explains the origin of Purim, linking it directly to the events described in the book. Question 11. What was the king's reaction when Esther first invited him to the banquet? A. He was suspicious. B. He was pleased and attended. C. He declined the invitation. D. He postponed the banquet. Answer B. He was pleased and attended. King Ahasuerus was pleased when Esther invited him to a banquet and attended with Haman. Esther 5-4-5 describes the king's immediate and positive response to her invitation. Question 12. What personal risk did Esther take in approaching King Ahasuerus without being summoned? A. Loss of royal favor. B. Imprisonment. C. Banishment. D. Death. Answer D. Death. The personal risk Esther took in approaching the king without being summoned was death. According to Persian law, anyone who approached the king without an invitation could be put to death unless the king extended his golden scepter. Esther 4:11. Question 13. How did Esther reveal her Jewish identity to the king? A. During a public ceremony. B. In a written letter. C. At the second banquet. D. Through Mordecai. Answer C. At the second banquet. Esther revealed her Jewish identity to the king during the second banquet she held for him and Haman. This strategic revelation is described in Esther 7-3-4, where she pleads for her life and the lives of her people. Question 14. What was Haman's plan to deal with Mordecai and his people? A. To exile them. B. To enslave them. C. To annihilate them. D. To imprison them. Answer C. To annihilate them. Haman's plan was to annihilate all the Jews throughout the Persian Empire. His plot included the destruction, killing, and annihilation of all Jews, young and old. Esther 3:13. Question 15. How did Esther prepare for her first banquet with the king and Haman? A. By fasting for 3 days. B. By praying for success. C. By preparing a lavish meal. D. By consulting with wise women. Answer A. By fasting for 3 days. Before her first banquet with the king and Haman, Esther prepared by fasting for 3 days and nights. She also asked all the Jews in Susa to fast with her for their deliverance. Esther 4:16. Question 16. What role did Mordecai play in uncovering a plot to assassinate the king? A. He intercepted a letter. B. He overheard a conversation. C. He deciphered a secret code. D. He was informed by a royal guard. Answer B. He overheard a conversation. Mordecai uncovered a plot to assassinate King Ahasuerus by overhearing the conversation between two royal guards. His vigilance is detailed in Esther 2:21-23, where it states that he reported the plot, which was then confirmed, saving the king's life. Question 17. What honor did Mordecai receive for his loyalty to the king? A. A royal decree in his name. B. A parade in his honor. C. A crown of gold. D. He was made a noble. Answer. B. A parade in his honor. For his loyalty, Mordecai was honored with a parade through the city, where he was dressed in royal garments and led on horseback by Haman, as the king commanded to honor him. This event is vividly described in Esther 6:11. Question 18. How did Haman react to Mordecai's honors? A. He was pleased. B. He was indifferent. C. He was furious. D. He was jealous. Answer. C. He was furious. Haman reacted with fury and humiliation when he had to honor Mordecai, as he despised him. Esther 6:12 depicts Haman's humiliation and his rage when he returned home and recounted the events to his family. Question 19. What was written in the letters that Haman sent throughout the empire? A. An invitation to a festival. B. A decree to destroy all Jews. C. New laws for trade and commerce. D. Instructions for a new tax. Answer. B. A decree to destroy all Jews. Haman sent letters throughout the Persian Empire with a decree that all Jews should be destroyed, killed, and annihilated on a single day. This plot is laid out in Esther 3:13, showing the extent of his malice. Question 20. How did the king respond when Esther revealed her Jewish heritage? A. He was angry at Esther. B. He ordered her banishment. C. He was indifferent. D. He was shocked but supportive. Answer. D. He was shocked but supportive. The king responded to Esther's revelation of her Jewish identity with shock, but ultimately supported her, showing his favor towards her by extending the golden scepter and listening to her pleas, which led to the reversal of Haman's decree. Esther 8:5-8. Question 21. What was Esther's request to the king at the second banquet? A. For a third banquet. B. For gifts for her people. C. To save her people from destruction. D. To build a temple. Answer. C. To save her people from destruction. At the second banquet, Esther's request to the king was to save her people from the impending destruction planned by Haman. She courageously revealed her Jewish identity and pleaded for her people's lives. Esther 7:3-4. Question 22. How did the king punish Haman? A. He was exiled. B. He was imprisoned. C. He was hanged. D. He was fined. Answer. C. He was hanged. King Ahasuerus ordered Haman to be hanged on the gallows that Haman had prepared for Mordecai as a punishment for his conspiracy against the Jews. This ironic twist of fate is described in Esther 7:10. Question 23. What decree did Esther and Mordecai issue after Haman's downfall? A. An increase in taxes. B. The construction of a new temple. C. The right for Jews to defend themselves. D. A call for a day of fasting. Answer. C. The right for Jews to defend themselves. Following Haman's downfall, Esther and Mordecai issued a decree granting Jews the right to defend themselves against any attack. This decree effectively countered Haman's earlier orders and is outlined in Esther 8:11. Question 24. How did Esther's intervention change the fate of the Jewish people in the empire? A. It led to a minor improvement in their status. B. It saved them from genocide. C. It isolated them from other communities. D. It resulted in their expulsion from the empire. Answer: B. It saved them from genocide. Esther's courageous intervention was pivotal in saving the Jewish people from the planned genocide. Her strategic approach to reveal her identity and the threat to her people directly influenced the king's decision to reverse Haman's decree. Esther 7-8. Question 25. What qualities are most celebrated about Esther in biblical interpretations? A. Her beauty and wealth. B. Her wisdom and courage. C. Her artistic skills. D. Her diplomatic relations. Answer: B. Her wisdom and courage. Esther is most celebrated for her wisdom and courage in biblical interpretations. Her strategic planning and brave actions in saving her people exemplify these qualities, making her one of the most revered figures in the Bible. Question 26. How did Esther's actions fulfill a prophecy or divine plan, if mentioned in the text? A. By fulfilling a dream of Mordecai. B. By following a prophet's guidance. C. Not explicitly mentioned as fulfilling prophecy. D. By completing a vision seen by the king. Answer: C. Not explicitly mentioned as fulfilling prophecy. Esther's actions, while heroic and crucial, are not explicitly described as fulfilling a specific prophecy or divine plan in the biblical text. Her story is more about her personal bravery and its impact rather than the fulfillment of a prior prophecy. Question 27. In what ways did Esther influence the king's policies regarding her people? A. She convinced him to adopt Jewish laws. B. She persuaded him to allow Jews to defend themselves. C. She had little to no influence on his policies. D. She encouraged him to convert to Judaism. Answer: B. She persuaded him to allow Jews to defend themselves. Esther significantly influenced the king's policies by persuading him to issue a decree that allowed the Jews to defend themselves against their enemies, reversing the imminent threat posed by Haman's earlier decree. Esther 8:11. Question 28. What is the significance of the king's signet ring in the story of Esther? A. It symbolized the king's marriage to Esther. B. It represented absolute royal authority. C. It was a gift from Esther to the king. D. It was stolen and caused a conflict. Answer: B. It represented absolute royal authority. The king's signet ring in the story of Esther is significant because it represented absolute royal authority. The ring was used to seal edicts, and giving it to Mordecai symbolized the transfer of authority to issue decrees on behalf of the king. Esther 8-2. Question 29. What lessons can be learned from Esther's bravery and strategy? A. The importance of patience and timing. B. The effectiveness of passive resistance. C. The need for aggressive confrontation. D. The benefits of remaining anonymous. Answer: A. The importance of patience and timing. One of the key lessons from Esther's bravery and strategy is the importance of patience and timing. Her calculated approach in dealing with a sensitive issue by waiting for the right moment to act and reveal her identity teaches the value of strategic planning and timing in achieving significant outcomes. Question 30. How does the story of Esther contribute to the themes of justice and deliverance in the Bible? A. It underscores the inevitability of divine retribution. B. It highlights the role of individuals in achieving divine justice. C. It demonstrates the limitations of human efforts. D. It suggests that justice is only possible with divine intervention. Answer B. It highlights the role of individuals in achieving divine justice. The story of Esther contributes to the biblical themes of justice and deliverance by highlighting the critical role individuals can play in achieving divine justice. Esther's actions led to the deliverance of her people, illustrating how human initiative and bravery can align with divine purposes to bring about justice and salvation.